Well, hello. This would be, I can guess or consider part 2 of my video. If you see me looking over here, I'm waiting for the other video to upload as I'm going back and forth on my phones, because in my coven, the energy is extremely high and my batteries run low very quickly. So, abracadabra, upload now, so mote it be. It's telling me waiting for network. I just did a bunch of spells in my coven, and I have a new witch who's joined my coven, and it's a male. And I'm super excited, and thank you, Mother Universe, for allowing me to have another witch join my coven, and it's a male. So it's a very wonderful, beautiful blessing and pleasure at the same time. Upload, so mote it be. Abracadabra, upload, so mote it be. Now the word abracadabra, let's talk about that for a second. That's a very, very, very beautiful, long, well, first of all, before I jump into many more things, yesterday was Stevie Nicks' birthday. She turned 70. She is a real witch. Not that we're not real witches, but you got a lot of people that think if they say they're a witch, they're better than somebody else. Because you're gifted does not mean you're better than somebody else. Because you're a lawyer or a doctor does not mean you're better than somebody else. It just simply means that you're a lawyer or that you're gifted. So her boyfriend, her birthday was yesterday. She is beautiful, 70 years old, Stevie Nicks, the singer. She is a real witch. She don't believe in the fake stuff, as she shouldn't. She believes in making all her own clothes, and if you ever go on and listen to all Stevie Nicks music, they're all about magic. Rihanna was a witch. Practical Magic, the movie, was about witches. Stevie Nicks sung a song in that. So back to basics. Happy belated birthday, Stevie Nicks, even though I did say happy birthday to her on Facebook. And I always wondered why at the age of 2 I was so connected to her music. Like, I just loved Stevie Nicks at the age of 2. All I wanted to do was listen to Stevie Nicks. I understand why. Okay, so I have people ask me many questions outside the group, when I go to do readings, whether they be parties, privates, readings, and I don't get mad at any type of question, because actually it allows me to teach, which is something that I love. And I'm also learning as I teach, because I'm always the student before I'm the teacher. If you ever think that you are completely all teacher and never the student, then you are 100% wrong, and I'm telling you that to your face. You always must remain the student and remain humble before you are the teacher, or your ego got the best of you, because there's a difference between confidence and a difference between ego. Confidence is standing up for yourself, loving yourself, and believing in yourself. Ego is having low self-esteem and showing off when you believe in nothing about yourself. Remember that, okay? Because that applies to everything in life. Magic world, not magic world. So I had one of the readers in my group say to me, I'm using my pendulum. Now, I already did a video on how I was taught to work with my pendulums, okay? I'm not going to go and rehash that. But she's practicing and she's learning, okay? Braces. Sorry, still waiting for this to upload, and it's extremely hot in here. That could be another reason, but it'll get it up. It says unload, upload, paused, your upload will resume. Okay, so anyway, her question was, can I talk to my passed over loved ones with the pendulum? No, you cannot. Please do not do it. When you're working with the pendulum, it's a spirit device that psychic and mediums, which is anybody who's gifted, can use to answer yes or no questions only. Now, it can answer future questions, past questions, present questions. It can answer questions about your loved ones who've passed over to the other realm. But you cannot speak to a loved one who's passed over to the other realm through the pendulum. When you're working with pendulum, you're working with spirit. Spirit is of non-human form. It's a higher being than yourself. Always make sure that your pendulum is cleansed with sage or whatever you feel comfortable cleansing your pendulum with. Okay, your pendulum must be cleansed after and before each question. If you're at a party and you're using your pendulum, when the person leaves and the next person's getting ready to come get their reading done, you sage your pendulum to get the negativity away from the pendulum, and it's clear and ready for the next questions for the next client. Again, do not try to talk to past loved ones who passed over to the other realm with your pendulum. That's not what it's for. It's not a Ouija board, a witch board. You cannot talk to your loved ones with the pendulum. You can ask questions about your past loved ones, but you cannot talk to your loved ones. I hope I clarified that for you again. If I did not, you can always leave comments below. If they're negative, they will be reported and blocked. You can ask me questions about anything in life. Anything pertaining to prior videos, anything pertaining to this video, the video that I just made, and the video that I'm going to make after this. Anything that you would like me to add into my book, which is called Confessions by a Real Witch. And anything that you would like me to teach on, or I can link my information below, as I am a master spellcaster. I do read all around the world. My donations are very low, so they benefit my father, who's battling and fighting cancer, so that he's comfortable. I do everything that I do very low because I know that everybody is in a struggle and everybody loves answers. Okay, and there's nothing evil about me, and there's nothing false about my gifts or my readings or my spells or anything that I make in my rituals, which I can make and do everything in this world. So again, please do not try to contact a past loved one with your pendulum. Okay, and before you use your pendulum, as with anything, when you're contacting spirit, you have to make sure that the right spirit is coming through, because spirits like to trick you, they like to play games with you, and they like to gain your trust for evil, wrong purposes. So for me, the way I do it and what is comfortable for me, and I have, I think, 5 pendulums or 6 pendulums that I work with. I'm getting ready to go and look for another one now because I like to work with 3s and 6s. I don't like too much of odd numbers besides the 3. I love 3. 3 is my favorite number. I will make sure that my pendulum is saged, okay? I will call upon my grandmom Joan, who is a witch who has passed on to the other realm, who guided me, taught me, and is protecting me to this day. And I will ask her to make sure that the right spirit comes through, please. And then I will go forth with my questions. Usually, if I'm having a small party, I will let my client ask me a question that they only know the answer yes to. So I can show the way the pendulum will move to a yes answer. And then I will ask the client to ask me a question that they only know the answer no to, so they can see how the pendulum answers no to. I don't respond with my pendulums when they do this, because my pendulum doesn't do this. My pendulum doesn't go this way, and then this way, and this way, and this way. I was taught that the pendulum will only go yes or no. If it does not move, that means the question needs to be rephrased because it wasn't asked correctly. Now, again, I don't discredit how you work your pendulum. But when I was taught at the age of 5, there was not guidelines on how to use your pendulums. There was not maps on how to use your pendulums. My grandmother used a string in her ring. And it was either yes or no. And if it didn't move, then you rephrased the question. And that was that. So please, again, warning, do not use your pendulum to try to contact loved ones who've passed over to the other realm. Yes, you can ask questions about them, but do not ask or call upon them. That's like working with a Ouija board or a witch board. Okay? Or a scurrying device, the Black Mirror. So I hope we got that understood and clarified. If I can clarify more, you're always welcome to link below. You can always subscribe. That would be a blessing. You can always give me a thumbs up if you like the video. You can always push the bell button so you can get alerts when I go live, as I am a high priestess, white natural born witch, 8th generational, runs on both sides of my family, probably goes back way more than 8th generations. And I teach traditionally. And I think and I'm allowed to believe that it's the most proper and effective and simple way to teach. So that's why I teach it. But do I discredit anybody for teaching Wicca or pagan or anything else that they believe in? Absolutely not. I have pagans in my group. I have Wiccans in my group. I have every type of gifted person and witch in my group. One more thing I want to say before I forget. Trust. Just like in the real world, if they betrayed Jesus, which I do not worship God, I believe in God, but I do not worship God. There's a difference. I worship Mother Universe. If they crucified Jesus Christ and betrayed him, they will betray you. Keep your circle small. Especially if you're gifted, you will know who is good and who is bad. Limit, if you're running a group on social media, limit yourself to how many groups you're in, because witches and gifted people are very jealous and envious, just like outside of the magic world. But it seems to me in the magic world, being a solitary witch all my life up until about 6-7 months ago, they're more envious and jealous in the magic world. So one, I would advise, limit yourself to how many groups you're in on social media. That's one. The less groups, the safer you are. Number two, use your gut instinct, your discernment, and your psychic abilities when you're looking for someone to do spells for you, or you want somebody to read you, or you just want to be around somebody. 3, do not allow witches or many witches into your group if you're running the group by yourself. The less witches, the less problems. Okay? Not that, and I'm not saying that witches aren't beautiful. We are beautiful women, human beings, men. And there's lots of good in us and lots of good witches and warlocks around. But there's a lot of bad as well. I'm a registered nurse here in Philadelphia. I worked at the University of Pennsylvania Hospital, well-renowned hospital in the OBGYN department. I also have a business degree. Would you know that I practice magic? You have no idea, would you? So when you go to the ER the next time, hopefully you will not. But if you do, you will now wonder if that nurse that's working on you practices magic. And not only does she or he practice magic, are they practicing black magic or good magic? White magic or black magic? Or mix of both, like myself. Always remember that. 4th and 5th rule that I can tell you that is most imperative is stay with a reverse candle. A reverse candle and an uncrossing candle are the most protective candles you can have in your home. Because the uncrossing candle, which I have burning in the background at the moment, and I'll show you on the next video, it uncrosses you from anybody, even if they aren't gifted, who have tried to cross you in any way, shape, or form. It uncrosses you completely. And I make oil for that as well. And herbs. Then you have the reverse candle. You always want to have a reverse candle. Either all 3 of them, which I will describe in the next video, or whatever one you're drawn to. Because When people are trying to attack you in the magical world, they're coming for your health, they're coming for your money, and they're coming for your love. And that's why there's 3 different reverse candles. One for love, one for money, and one for health. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that on the next video. So let me upload this video, figure out what's going on with the other video, make the 3rd video, and then I'm going to go take a break on this beautiful Sunday afternoon, raining, because I love the rain, Memorial Day weekend. Really, it's not Sunday, but if I was home, it would be Sunday. So it's not that I'm lying, it's just that I'm not home, and it's not for everybody to know where I'm at the moment. So if I was in my coven, which I am, on this day, it would be Sunday, Memorial Day weekend in Philadelphia on a beautiful rainy day. So love and light. Let me make a name for this video and get ready to upload my 3rd video and then link them all out to the world. So subscribe. If you didn't like the video, thumbs down is corny. You're corny. If you didn't like the video, you don't have to give a thumbs up either. You can keep scrolling on down the line till you meet that person who you like and you're comfortable with, and that's fine, and all the more blessing for you and towards you and your teacher. If you want to leave me any comments below, please feel free to leave me any type of comment. Nothing offends me, okay? And again, if it's negative, you're getting blocked and reported immediately. I tolerate no negativity in my life. It's erased from my vocabulary like karma is. And I've done videos on karma plenty of times, and I could do another one if you want me to. So getting ready to go on to the 3rd video. Love and light. Be right back. Peace out, peeps.